Okay, I'll just okay. So the special stock procurement, we already discussed that procurement to pay cycle. Okay, but it is a standard process. SAP suggested that they are filtered that from the thousands of business process. They filtered that they are usually common process they are following. That common process they call as a standard procurement cycle. That is the P2P cycle. Now, in the different other business process, they are following different scenarios. So let's see that what are the scenarios we have, different special stock procurements. The first procurement process is vendor consignment process. Vendor consignment process. Okay, so what is this vendor consignment process? Okay, so let's assume that we have that in the vendor consignment process, what will be happen? The stock, if suppose this is my company, this is my company, and let's think about that. This is the vendor. This is the vendor location. Okay, so this is the vendor location, and this is the my company. Okay, so vendor's location, and this is the our company. Okay, so in this company, let's assume that this is the plant. Okay, company or plant, we can say. Let's assume that one plant it is. In this plant, okay, we have the different locations are there. Okay, so it might be the raw materials location, or packing materials location, or production store location, or like that. We have different locations are there. So let's assume that this is the one location. This is one location. Let's assume that this is the one location. This is the one location. So let's change the color. It's too bright. Okay, so let's assume that this is the raw materials location. Okay, and this is the something like some packing material or finished product store location. Let's assume that this is the special. This is the finished goods store location. Okay, now I'm just ordering. Usually what will be happen when I'm just ordering the product, I will get the stock and I will keep into my location. Then I will be sending to the production department. They will prepare the finished goods. Then that finished goods will be stored in the finished goods store location. That is normal process, right? How usually when you order the product, you will get the stock and you will be doing. But in this vendor consignment process, what they will do, okay, the vendor is keeping the stock in the my premises. They will keep into the my premises. Okay, the stock. Even the stock, it is that here what we'll do, we'll dividing into the sub area. So what we'll do here, we'll divide the small area. Okay, this just let's assume that this is the vendor consignment stock. Okay, so I'm just putting that vendor consignment stock, or I'll just put that consignment. Simply I can put consignment. Okay, consignment. So what will be happen here? Usually whatever the stock which is there, it's my ownership stock, it's my own stock. But here this is not my own stock, this is the vendor consignment stock. So what they will do, the vendor is keeping the stock in my premises, in my location. I'm just dividing that. There is two parts in my location. In that location, they are keeping the stock, their own stock. It's not my own stock. It's the vendor stock. That means what is that? The ownership of the stock was not still not moved. Okay, even the vendor is keeping the stock into my premises also. The stock, it is not my own stock. It is the vendor stock. So when it will be our own stock, when we are utilizing this stock, that means suppose let's say I have 1,000 liters of the milk in that is the vendor stock. Today I'm using that 100 liters to prepare the something production or something I'm just planning to do. So this 100 liters I'm trying to use that. Sorry, so that 100 liters are the my own stock. So usually if you order 1,000 liters, you have to pay the 1,000 liters, right? But here we don't need to pay 1000 liters. We are utilizing only 100 liters. We are paying only for 100 liters. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
So now keeping this here, I'm just putting the 1000 liters of the stock. So now I'm using this from here. I'm just using this. Now what I'm trying to do, suppose I have the production department also. Let's add that one production department. Okay, production stock. Production department. This is a, let's assume that this is a production department. Okay, this is a production department. Now I need production department. They require some components. I'm just issuing the stock from this location to here. So I'm just what I'm doing. What I'm doing here. I'm just sending the stock from here to here. I'm sending the stock from consignment stock to my own production department. Okay, because they want to be utilized at 100 pieces. How much I'm doing here? I'm just doing that 100 pieces, 100 liters, 100 liters of milk. Okay, so what will be happen now? So the ownership was changed out of 1000 liters. The 100 liters of the milk was transferred to my own stock. So I'm able to pay the amount for this 100 liters only, not for 1000 liters. So now once from 1000 liters, if I'm using 100 liters, what is the balance of that? We have balance of 900 only, right? So still this 900 is the vendor ownership stock. It's not my own. This is not my ownership stock. Again, I'm just using that. Again, 100 liters. Now, when I'm just using 100 liters, again here it is 200 liters. Now, this 200 liters is my own stock. So I am ready to pay for this 200 liters only, not for 800 liters. Okay, so that means whatever the quantity you are consuming or whatever the stock you are withdrawing, okay, those stock only you are able to pay the amount, not for entire stock whatever it is stored. Okay, clear? So vendor consignment stock is nothing but like the vendor, they're keeping the stock in my premises. They are using our premises to keep the stock. Okay, and whenever I need the stock, I'm just utilizing that stock and paying that what the stock we are withdrawn, not for entire stock. Clear? So usually when what scenarios we will use this one? Do you know that this process where we can use majorly this process? Any idea where we can use this process?
I mean, if a car manufacturing company was doing this kind of thing, like if they have, like they take like tires from different company and store at the location.
But you already bought, right? Different company also you already bought, right?
No, like same thing, right? Like they do the vendor consignment process.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So usually this will do the generally long shelf products and again expensive products. Like suppose let's assume that I want to I'm planning to construct that 5 floors building. Okay, so I need cement bags. Okay, usually I will use regularly. I'm using 100 bags only. So every day I need to buy 100 bags and the transportation that 100 bags because it's regular use, right? I'm using that regular product that is for consumption.
Yeah.
So this 100 bags every day they want to transfer to my location. The transportation cost, labor cost, loading cost, unloading cost, and all it is too expensive. Okay, if I go with the bulk in one single slot and I'm just putting it in my location, okay, the transportation cost might be it is very less compared to the when you are doing multiple times. Okay, and the second thing is my work won't be stopped because I don't want to be wait for every day. You are sending that stock. I'm just waiting for that goods and all. It's not required. We because it's already there in my premises. I can use that. I can inform to the vendor boss. We are already used 100 pieces today. I'm paying that 100 pieces, right? So that is the one example we can do it. Other than the other example, we can do electrical goods. Do you know that electrical goods? Majorly, we can use that for purpose of the electrical goods. If I'm selling that electronics. I have the biggest electronics shop. Okay, I have the thousands of brands. Okay, and thousands of the electrical goods. What electrical products, like I have mobiles, I have tablets, I have the laptops, I have monitors, I have washing machines, I have mixing grinders, I have, okay, juicers. Okay, I have that, okay, washing machines, like different we have products. Okay, see, every day we are getting new brand, every day we are getting new models, every day we are getting do new different kind of the electrical goods. So it is very difficult to buy from the supplier and selling that goods to the customer, right? It's very difficult, right? If we want to be, suppose, let's assume that if I go for a Apple MacBook, okay, if I want to buy 50 pieces, I have to pay around 50 lakhs or 70 lakhs, right? So at a time, if I want to spend, I'm not sure whether that is sold out or it will be I can able to sell or not. But I have the electrical shop. I have to maintain some stock. So what I can do that I just asking to the different brand boss. You do one thing. You just keep the stock at least two uh, products for each brand and for each model and all. When the customer is ready to buy, I will sell to the customer immediately. Then immediately the warranty also will be started, and immediately I can also clear that invoice based on the payments, right? So that means out of 1,000 pieces, okay, out of 1,000 pieces today, if I'm sold, 2 pieces are sold, then I can raise the invoice and I can pay that amount to 2 pieces to the vendor, right? So if something is like, if suppose if I'm not keeping the stock in my premises, so what will be happen? The customer is coming and they are asking, it's very urgent for me, or maybe again the waiting period will be long. I can go with some other shops and all. Okay, I maybe I can go with some other brands. Okay, so they will plan like running, right? Because the demand might be it's different, person to person. Maybe if they want to be buy today only laptop, then if the particular brand is not available, they can go with the other brand, right? Whatever it is available, right? Correct. So the company also they are interested to put the stock into their location. Okay, it's not like bulk. Maybe they can put like 2 to 3 samples, and they can arrange for the daily sales, right? Correct. So that way also you can use for the electronics items also we can use. Other than that, you can also like rice brands, like there is a 50 kgs bags and 25 kgs bags. So rice bags are there. So you can also deal with the rice miller. Boss, you can load 1 ton rice bags. Okay. When I get sold, maybe that day, entire day, if I sold at 100 bags, then I can pay that 100 bags immediately. So like that's also it is possible, right? Right. So it is not only like that. It's not only the supplying related. It's also be customer related. Also we can do that. Okay. So if we go with a supplying a supplier kind of thing, I can go with like cement bags, or it may be like steel. Okay. If suppose I'm just constructing that bricks, we can go with that. Cement we can go out, and sand we can go ahead. Like that we can different we can go. Right. Clear? So the concept is the vendor is keeping the stock in my premises. Okay, whenever the whenever the requirement is there, okay, I will be utilizing that product. Then I will be paying the amount for the particular whatever the we consumed, whatever we utilized. Okay, either it might be you are using or not using. If you are confirmed that we are using this product, then you are ready to pay that amount. You are able to pay the amount. Clear? Is it clear? Any doubts?
Yes, sir. No, no doubts.
Okay. So, Shravan, any doubts, Shravan?
No, sir, no, sir, no.
Okay. So for this, what you have to do? So normal process, if you go with normal process, general, what you will do? You'll be creating that info record, and you are creating with the source list, and you will be creating the PR. You will be creating PO. You are creating GR. You are creating invoice, right? Okay. But in this case, what will be happening? Okay, we'll be creating the info record. We'll be creating source list. We can create a purchase requisition. We can create a purchase order. We can also create a GR. But invoice will not be there. Why invoice is not there? Even we received a stock, it is not my owner's, it's not my stock. It is the vendor stock. Vendor keeping the stock in my premises. Even the stock which is in my premises also, it is not my ownership stock. It's not my own stock. Okay. When it will be happen the own stock? When you are doing the goods issue or transfer posting. Okay, when you are doing this one, then only you can pay the amount. That means payment you can process. Payment you can process whatever you utilize the product. Okay, so there is no invoice concept here. Clear?
Yes.
Now you can ask me the question, how we can differentiate that normal process and consignment process, standard process and consignment process. So in this consignment process, okay, since we are not raising any invoice here, so in PO also we don't have any invoice information. That means we don't have invoice tab and we don't have the condition tab. What is the purpose of this condition tab and invoice tab? What is the purpose of invoice tab and condition tab? Invoice tab is having the information of taxes information, whether invoice is required or not required. Okay, that information will be there in the invoice. The condition tab having that the price information, like the base unit of the basic price of that product. Okay, what is the freight charges, what is the loading charges, what is unloading charges, and all it will be there. So there is no invoice tab, no condition tab. That means no price information in the PO. No price information in the PO. In PO. Okay. Can you go and mute, Shravan? There was some voices which coming.
Sir, no, sir.
Some resound which is coming. Okay. Okay. So no invoice tab, no condition tab, no price information in PO because we are not processing the invoice for this immediately. So then, sir, how you know then the PO then price information where you will get? How you when you are paying the amount, how much amount we need to pay? How you know that? So for this you are maintaining the info record. Then what is the difference between the standard info record and the consignment info record? So there will be a separate info record for the standard process for consignment info record. Different. There is a two different info records are there. So generally standard info record will be helping that you maintaining the price. That information you can use in the PO. Then according to that PO you are paying you are getting the invoice and you are paying the amount. But in this case we are maintaining that consignment info record separately. In this consignment info record, we are maintaining the price information and tax information. So this price information, tax information, it will be helping to me when you are planning to pay the amount which we withdraw the stock. Either it may be transferring the stock or consuming the stock. Okay, so here again in the GR, is there any accounting impact? Is there any accounting impact is there?
No, no, sir.
No, right? Because the stock is not my ownership, right? It's not my own stock. It is still with the supplier ownership only. So no accounting data here, no accounting impact. Okay, no accounting entries. Then where you will get the accounting entries? When you are doing the goods issue or transfer posting, then only accounting impact will be there. Okay, accounting impact will be there. So according to this accounting impact based on the quantity what you are issuing or what you are transferring, based on that only you are paying the amount to the vendor. So the payment will be go to vendor. So this is the process steps here. So this is the consignment process steps, process scenario steps. Okay. So what is the first? These two are the master data. These two are the master data. You know, right? Already. So this master data is base here. Based on that, you can create the PR and PO and GR, but no price information, no invoice price information, no accounting interest. Only when it will be happen when you are doing the course issue, then at that time only it is accounting impact will be there. Then according to the you have to pay. So now let me know. Now tell me the one scenario. So I have received a GR 1000 pieces. Okay, 10,000 pieces. Let's assume that 10,000 pieces. Now goods issue which happened on 28/08/2025. So let's assume that 100 pieces are there. Okay, and goods issue which happened 29/08/2025, which is happening 200 150 pieces are there. One time I have consumed, and the 250 is consumed, and 340 I have consumed. Okay, so like I have consumed that 3 times in the on 29th. Okay, tell me that now the invoice will be, okay, the consignment payment will be happened, okay, for the 10,000 pieces, or it will be happen for 100 pieces, or it will be happen for 150 or 250 or 350. Which one is correct? So the payment will be for what? Are you raising the invoice payment for this 10,000? Are you
No,
paying
sir.
for?
We are invoice for what we are consuming.
Yeah,
For
so
what we are consuming.
yeah, so 28 on 28 I can pay for 100
1,000 pieces.
pieces, and 29th I can pay for 29th 29th we can pay for this 250 and 400 and 400
740.
740 pieces, right? So that means every day the settlement you can raise to the vendor. Okay. So this settlement can be done individually also, or we can do on one single day, one time you can put and you can run that. Okay. So this payment will be automatic settlement. This is not manually settlement. It is automatic settlement. So what is the meaning of automatic settlement? Based on the what you are issued, whatever transferred to your own stock. Okay. So we can have put that this is the own stock. We can put this own stock. And here this is the vendor stock, not our own stock. Okay. So whatever you are planning to, whatever you are withdrawal the stock, based on that system automatically raising that settlement. Okay. So again, how it will be raised the automatic settlement, it depends on the how you are doing the configuration, the setting and all you can have to do. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any doubts on the process?
No doubt.
Okay, let's go with that. Now SAP, I will just open SAP. Okay, so I'm just raising the PO. Okay, let's go to that info record. First we'll go for info record. What is the transaction code for info record? Do you know that? Do you know that what is the process? What is info record? What is the transaction code to maintain info record? Master data. ME11. ME11. So the info record to maintain the info record ME11. We have to You have to by heart this one transaction code, or you have to do the daily practice, then only you can remember that. Okay, so now usually we are using the standard, right, info category. Now we are using that consignment info category. The info category will be different. Okay, so I'll go with that what we have the different plans. Okay, so where we can see the vendors and all, where we can see a vendor. If you want to see the vendor report, what is the report? MKVZ, right? So I will go for MKVZ and I will just searching for the my purchasing organization. So whatever my purchasing organization is there, I'm just going with that purchasing organization and execute this one. Let's see that what it is there. So this purchasing organization having the two vendors are there. I'm using that one vendor for your purpose. Okay, so let's go with that. So I'll just go enter the plan supplier. What is the supplier we have? Information. The supplier I'm just entering. Okay. Then we have the material number. Okay. I have a material information number and we have the purchasing organization. Okay. You can maintain purchasing organization. Enter. So I'm just entering the consignment. Okay. Now enter that. Now you go to that. This I'm just maintaining the consignment info record here. Okay, so I'm just maintaining the consignment info record. So let's go back again and selected the vendor consignment. Enter. Okay, and you can enter the vendor consignment separately, all the information, which is who is the buyer group and who is the plan delivery time, all these details you can enter. Okay, then you have to enter the conditions information here, how much the price. So from here the information will come. You can enter here only the gross price information and all you can enter here. Okay, then other than this one, we also needed the tax information, because generally the tax information and the price information from PO it will come. When you are paying to the vendor, usually the invoice, the price information and the tax information mainly it will be collected from the purchase order. But in this process, consignment process, we don't have any invoice information and price information in the PO. It will only capture from the info record. So you must be maintain that the information here. Okay, so you have to maintain the information from here. So you can maintain, so it might be CS or something which is there, right? So we are using tax C area from procedure we are following, right? Tax CA. So in this tax CA you can maintain that what procedure what you are following, that you can maintain that. So I'm just maintaining that one tax code. Okay, so what actually we are using that tax code. Let me try. Okay, what is the tax procedure we are following there? SJ we are using. Okay, so the tax procedure we have to maintain. So not possible the system not to finding the any assignment of the tax code, tax calculation schema and all. So let's see here, tax assignment country level what to maintain. So what is the country we are following here? Where our country is CA, and we have already what is this procedure we are following here? Tax CAG. Okay, we have to tax EAG. Okay, tax EAG was okay. Tax EAG. Okay, I'll just put tax here. Okay, so let's try now whether it will be accepted or not. Let's put the tax here. Not possible to tax code without tax calculation. We have assigned already tax here. Let's see that procedure was there or not. The calculation procedure was there. So the defined procedure. Go to tax here. So tax here was there already. In this tax here we have already different tax procedures are there. Okay. So which is okay. Then check the tax settings and all. It's okay. This is procedure which is not required. Then what else we have to check here? Assign tax code, non-tax codes and all. So what is our company code? GC. So I'll just assign that input tax code. On the output tax code, I will just enter some output tax code, and I'll put that tax jurisdiction company code. So we have assigned some. What is the tax we are using? Justification. Some CA or something which is there, right? Yeah, I'll create one. Okay, I'll leave it. First, let's assign without this. Usually we have something CAID or something is there, but it is not displaying here. Just question. Okay, leave it now. We'll save first. Okay, so let's save first. Okay, so usually the tax code was mandatory for info record, but I'll check that what tax code they are using and all. Okay, now it's not accepting, but we can use usually we can use whatever it is defined for Canada and all, tax procedure and all, what it is defined. But in our case, tax procedure it is maintained by financial team. Okay, so you can use anything, but if it is not accepting, we'll maintain calculation schema and all, we'll do that. But I'll just saving first. Okay, MM point of view, let's understand. Now info record was created. Okay, now I'm just creating the directly PO ME21N for this material. Okay, and I'm just entering the vendor. This is the vendor, and enter the other details which is we are maintained. Okay, so material. Now here you need to understand one point is for normal PO, for consignment PO, what is the difference here? In the consignment PO, you have to select that item category. So the item category, this is the item category. So the item category will give you that what kind of the process you are doing. You are doing standard process, you are doing the consignment process, you are doing the stock transfer, you are doing subcontract process, what kind of process you are doing. So that will be justified. So you have to select that your process here, what process you are doing. Even we are following the standard, that is blank, that is also one kind of item category. Okay, now I'm just entering that K. So item category K. In interview, if they are asking about that, what is the item category for the consignment process, you have to tell that K. K is the item category. When item category you enter the K, the system automatically it's grayed out of the net price. So it is not needed to enter any net price, and the condition tab and invoice tab is disappeared. Okay, clear? Now enter the PO quantity, how much quantity you are planning to receive from the vendor. Okay, and enter the other details also to vendor, and other details also you can enter. Okay, so then plant, you can enter the plant, which plant it is, and location, which location you want to be received the stock. Okay, so you don't need to be enter the price anything, right? You don't need to be enter any price or any information. Okay, now you can see that there is no condition tab, there is no invoice tab, there is no price information also. How it is restricted? Because we have selected the item category key, we are following the consignment PO. So the system will understand that you are planning to do the consignment PO. In this consignment PO, you will not be settled the invoice immediately. So you don't need the information of price information or any tax information here. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm just saving this one, PO, and check the PO, and if any release strategy was there, you can release that release strategy. ME29N, go to here. Okay, enter the release strategy levels. You can release the levels of the PO. Save. Okay, now this PO is the consignment PO. So how you can differentiate normal PO and consignment PO? How you can find it? What is the difference here? In the normal PO, the item category is the blank, and it is, if it is consignment PO, the item category was the K. Okay, And other than that, what is the difference here? In the normal PO, you have the price information, tax information, invoice information, all. But in the consignment PO, you don't have invoice information, condition information, or tax information. Clear? Clear? Now I'm trying to do the MIGO. Go to goods receipt, normal process, there is no difference here. Just we are selecting goods receipt, purchase order, anything. Okay. Then once you enter the PO, all the information, the system automatically checking that this is the normal receiving receipt or consignment receipt. How it will check? In the PO you are entered the item category K, right? That item category K is updated here as a special stock. That's why we call it as special stock. 101 K. K means it is the supplier consignment. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Now receipt
Yes,
that
sir.
how much receipt that how much you want to receive, how much stock you received, you just enter that details and click on check. Okay. So check and post. The system will not check anything here because there is no accounting impact. There is no accounting impact. Why, sir? Because we are received a stock. Why there is no impact accounting? We are getting the stock, right? It's not my ownership stock. The ownership is not changed. Even the stock which we just giving the place to them to keep the stock. That's all. It is not my own stock. Okay. So I can say that there is no accounting impact. There is no accounting impact here. See here, no subsequent document found in the accounting. Sir, then you can ask me the question. Sir, some auditing is going on, sir. So how I can differentiate my own stock and consignment own stock? So how I can tell you them this is my own stock, this is the because it is already received in my store location, right? This is received in my store location. Then how I can differentiate? So you can differentiate. Go to MMBE, check in the stock overview, MMBE. Go to MMBE and enter the material, and you can enter the plant also if you want. You can enter plant, and you can enter the store location also if you want. Okay. So what is the slot here? Slot means GC. GC SH GC HS. Okay, enter these details. Now you can see the difference of the stock was blocked into the vendor consignment stock. It is not my own stock. It is a vendor consignment stock. Okay, this is vendor consignment stock. It's not in, even if it is there in my location, it is separately differentiating in the vendor consignment stock. That's what, right? We are figuring out that it is showing in my location only, raw material location, but we are just giving a separate place that is keeping the stock. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now do we need to create the invoice for this? Do we need to create an invoice for this?
If we use the stock, yes.
Yeah, if we are utilizing the stock, so how we know that? How we know that it is utilizing or not? System how know? So when you are doing the goods issue or transfer posting, then only it will they know. So by using that, okay, by doing that, I'm just what I'm trying to do. I'm just issuing to the cost center. Issuing to the cost center. What is the moment type? Issuing to the cost center department, other department. What is the moment type? Shravan, what is the moment type? Issuing to our own department. 201. All goods issue will come under the 2 series, right? So goods issue, others, okay, and we have to be enter that it's not my own stock. I have to enter that consignment stock 201K. So the moment type is here 201K. Okay, clear? So I'm just entering that other details, whatever it is required. Okay, I'm just entering the other details all. So how much stock it is, like 10 quantity, right? 10 quantity or 1 quantity, how much quantity you want to do, that you can do. Okay, then check the movement type properly and enter the other details, which is like store location, plant, and which store location it is. TCHS. Okay, and now what I'm trying to do here, I'm just utilizing the stock, whatever the stock which is available, I'm just drawing withdrawal that, I'm just using that stock for my own purpose. So now check that whose stock it is. You have to enter the whose stock. So you also need to be enter that who is the vendor. So I'm just entering that my vendor also. This is not my vendor, I think. What is my vendor? This is my vendor. Okay, clear? So click on check. Again, now I'm using for the internal purpose, right? So you can see it will come some controlling purpose, what actually you have to enter that. Okay, exactly the what purpose you are using. So you have to enter that either cost center or order or something, what purpose you are using that. So I'm just entering the cost center. Okay, so some HR department they are using or something which I'm just entering. Then post. So now it is posted. Now it is posted. So now what it is done, what I did, I have consumed one piece from the what I have received from the vendor. Okay, there is a movement, there is a, okay, I'll go MIGO MB51. Might be there is number ranges problem is there, but it is saved or not, I'm not sure. Let's check that. So MB51 is for what is the purpose of MB51? What is the purpose of MB51? To check the, what is the purpose of the MB51? To check the materials posting today, whatever it is posted. Okay, I can check that 201. I can put special stock K, and I'm just removing that all these details which is not required. Material, okay, we can keep it or we can remove the vendor also. We're just trying to execute this one. So this is the mom type which is posted today 2808. What I did, I did posting. I did posting of one quantity. I'm consumed that product. Okay. Today I think network is very slow or server is slow. I'm not sure. Okay, but it is slow. Okay, now go to now refresh this one. Now refresh this one. Let's go to refresh this one. In this, one quantity was gone from under consumption stock, which we one quantity was gone. Okay. So because one quantity we already withdraw the stock, right? Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you need to pay for this one quantity. You need to pay for this one quantity. So okay. So now I'll go again MB51. Let's show up to that. I'm trying to show that material document, but it is not displaying here. So we'll try for the some other transaction code. Okay, MB03. Let's go to MB03. Okay, MB03 is not where. Okay, MIGO, go to MIGO. Go to display. Enter. Okay, now it's displaying, right? So the quantity which is 201K is the consumption. Two series are all consumptions only, goods issues only. So now we are using one quantity for the this department, HR department. They came and they taken one quantity. Okay, now see the document info and check that what it is there. You have to clear that, right? So first you have to pay the amount to the vendor. Whatever the stock we are using, that stock is consumed. Okay, again that amount you have to pay to the vendor. Okay, that amount you have to pay to the vendor. So how you can pay that amount to vendor? you can go to the transaction code is MRKO. What is the transaction code? MRKO. There is no MIRO. Why we don't have MIRO? Why we don't have MIRO? MIRO is for the normal standard process which we are doing when we receive the stock, immediately we are clearing the invoice. But in this case, I don't get any invoice. Why will not get invoice? Because the stock already it is there in my location. So you will not get any invoice separately. You have to settle the amount whatever we are withdraw the stock. Okay. So I'm just entering MRKO. Okay, enter the company code, and if you have the material document number you can enter. If you have a posting date you can enter, document date, posting date, anything which is there you can enter. So I'm just entering that posting date. Okay, now I'm just going with the display. I'm not settling now. I just want to set whether any pending settlements are there. I'm just going to display, click on check. So the one quantity which is not at settled, so we are one quantity we are already used, right? One quantity we withdraw, right? That one quantity we have to pay. That one quantity we have to pay. Clear? So what you can do, you can go back and remove this display to settle. Okay. Okay, and you have to execute. But before executing this one, what you have to do, one thing is you have to maintain that this info record, tax information. This tax information you have to maintain here. The second thing is, okay, you have to be maintain the output determination. That means usually we are taking PO printout, right? PO printout, and can you go on mute, Shravan? Can you go on mute? Some voice is coming. Yeah. So usually what we'll do when you are taking the RFQs, quotations, or PO, we just generating the printout, right? Here also once you are clearing the invoice, right? You are doing automatic settlement to the vendor, right? So that information you have to give to the supplier. So that means, boss, today I have consumed this one quantity. I'm settling this one. So please check the printout, or sending this information to you, sending this message to you. So for that, what you have to do, you have to be maintain the condition records and printout purpose you have to maintain. How you can maintain that? NACE transaction code. Go to NACE transaction code. Here, what you are doing, you are settling the amount, right? So go to invoice, invoice verification and condition records. In this condition record, you are doing that vendor consignment settlement. So you have to go to KONS, how to maintain KONS, and if you want to be maintained at company code and invoicing level, you can maintain, or if you want to maintain at company code level, you can maintain. So I just go to company code. Okay, execute this one. So we not maintain as of now, we have to maintain now. So we have to create. So I will be maintaining that GCE. Okay, and enter the partner details. If you have any partner details, you can enter that partner details, and languages, you can maintain languages details. Okay, once you enter all the details, okay, select this one, click on go to communication. You can maintain that all other details which is required, LOCL or LOL, whatever it is there, LP01, you can maintain that and print out. So this is what is the purpose of this one, this condition records. This condition records is purpose of generating the printout, generating the whatever you are settling the amount, that settling amount, invoice paying, right? That payment settlement receipt you are sending to the vendor. Okay, so you can maintain that information and save. Okay, now I have this KONS is the consignment related. So only consignment, when I'm just using for consignment settlement, then only it will be work. Okay, so other than that, the main problem here is in the info record we have to maintain the tax code, but tax code is not accepting here. Okay, we have to maintain the tax code, then only it will work. Okay, other than that we will get so many problems. But let's try why it is not accepting and all, not sure. Okay, now it's accepted, I think. Okay, I just maintain somewhere and I just executed. Okay, now I have maintained a tax code also. Let's go to MRKO, and you can enter the date. If you want to enter the date, you can enter, or if you want to be processed for all the pending, you can do that as well. Okay, so since I just did today only. I'm just entering here date and execute, and now you can see that this is the material document number, and this is the document date, and this is the plant material information and all. Now I'll go back and remove this display to settled and execute. Now if any problem is there, then you will get an error message. If there is no problem, everything looks good, all the details is there, then the system will be posted automatically invoice background. So you can see here the invoice posted automatically with accounting documents. So this amount you have to pay to the vendor. The payment is sending to the banking information. The financial, they will be processed the payment. Okay, so this is the way automatic settlement. You don't need to be enter any manually, because you don't have manual invoice right here, because we got long back the stock. The vendor keeping the stock in my premises long back. So I don't have any invoices for this, because today I'm withdrawing the stock. So that amount I'm paying to them. Okay, clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the other way what you can do, if suppose my vendor is saying that boss, it's already 1 year is completed, you still not utilize that product, we are just waiting for longer time. If you want, you can consume that, or else you take that stock and pay the amount, or you can return it that. Whatever you can do, you can do it. Okay, but I cannot wait for longer time. If they say something like, then what you can do, but I don't have any requirement now, this stock, but still I need, in future I need the stock. So what I can do, I can move the stock from the vendor consumer stock to my own stock. Okay, what I can do, I can move the stock from here to here. This is called transfer posting. Earlier we are utilizing that is a goods issue, but this is the transfer posting. Okay, clear? Is it clear? So for
Yes,
this
sir.
process, what you have to do, go to MIGO, okay, and go to transfer posting, select others, and you have to be select the movement type of 411. Is it okay 411 or anything which we need to put? Anything which we need to put? I have to put the 411K. Always it is the consumer stock. It is there in the consumer, not my own stock. I'm just transferring the consumer stock to my own stock now. Okay, enter 411K. Enter all the details, check that correctly it is updated or not, type. Enter the material information, and plant and store location, wherever it is there. Okay, if you want to be keep it in the other store location, you can also move to that store location also, or if you want to be keep it in the same store location also, you can keep it that, no problem, anything which is okay. Okay, clear? How much quantity now? Suppose I'm just doing that some 50,000 something which I'm doing. Okay, and whose stock it is? It's a vendor stock, right? Again have to enter the vendor number here. I'm just enter the vendor number also. Okay, clear? So what I'm doing here, I'm transferring the stock. This is the vendor consumer stock. How much? 50,000 quantity to my own stock. Clear? Before that, you have to check that stock is available or not. How much stock it is available. So in each case, how much stock it is available, check that. So I have the stock of 9,999. So I can do only for till 9,999, right? I will just do the 9,000 something. Okay, clear? What is the process I'm doing now? What is the process I'm doing now?
Transfer posting.
Transfer posting to my own stock. I'm taking the consumer stock to my own stock. Okay, that means my ownership is changing. It's not vendor stock. Now it is the my own stock once it is posted. Okay, so now click on item, okay, check and post. In this case, I don't need any cost center, because we are not doing to any cost center. We are taking to my own store location. So in this case, my stock is up. My store location stock is up. So you can see 411K. Go to document info, FI document, accounting document, and see here I got into my own stock. The stock is updated into my own stock. Okay, clear? Now what is the amount we have to pay? The whatever. Now just check the stock also. Go to stock overview, check the stock which is already less. Okay, the stock which is moved 9,919, out of that 9,000 is moved to here and 999 is remaining with the vendor consumer stock. Okay, so stock is moved. Now I'll go to MRKO and I'm just again checking that what is pending. Check that pending one and execute this one. Check that this much of amount we have to settle. Go to settle, execute. Once it is settled, then you can go with that. Okay, the payment was done. So if you remember that, other than this goods issue transfer posting, we also discussed one thing: how the information will go to the vendor. How the information will go to vendor? That will go based on output, right? So you have to select here. You can see the messages. In this messages, you already maintained, right? That messages will come here. That messages you can come here. So you can generate output here. You can see output here and see that generate here. So the message is generated. The message is selected, output is processed. Clear? Is it clear? So you can see MR91. The transaction code is MR91 to process the consignment invoice. So where I can see now it is already generated, right? Where I can see I can go to SP01 and see what is the pending spools. This pending spools we can see here. So this is the consignment settlement, right? So you can see consignment stock accounting.
I found this on the web for Suresh MM.
Consignment stock payment. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So for doing that, for doing a settlement, consignment settlement, MRKO is the transaction code, and so I will write here the step by step. The first step is info record M11, info category is K, and we have to maintain that price information and tax information. Okay, then when you creating the PO, ME21 in PO creation, no price information and no tax information or invoice information, no invoice information. Then after that we are receiving the goods with 101K, no accounting impact, no accounting. And when we are receiving the goods, again MIGO goods issue and above which is goods receipt. This is goods receipt and here this is the goods issue. So you can do 201K, which is for the cost center issue. Okay, you can also do for production orders also 261K, 241K, like that you can do that. Then other process you can also do transfer posting, that is movement type of 411K, that is consignment stock to my own stock. Okay, now payment settlement will be happen in MRKO. Okay, this is the automatic settlement. Okay, then MR91 is the generating messages, generate invoice settlement output. Okay, clear? So what is the output type here? KONS. So in interview, if they are asking about that, we have to explain this process and all. Clear? So this is the consignment process. Any doubts here?
No, sir.
So you understand the concept, right? It's simple.
Yeah.
The vendor is keeping the stock in my premises, but the ownership is not changed. The ownership only will be changed when you are utilizing the product or you are transferring to your own stock. When you are accepted, then only you are able to pay that amount, liable to pay that amount. Clear?
Yes.
Okay then. Any questions?